Hi there and welcome along to After Effects tutorials. Today we're going to be looking at the camera and how we can use the camera to achieve some really great cinematic style effects, and it's a very common thing you will see in television credits and commercials and so forth. So let's get right ahead and get to it. So what I have here is a simple file here, and I've got two pieces of type. And you can have anything you like. That can be an image, or it can be basically anything you like. So I'm just going to, first things first, of course, to create a camera, I'll need to convert both of these pieces of text into 3D objects. So that's simply this square cube box down the bottom here, and I'm going to create those 2D objects. Okay, done. What I'm also going to do now, just to give us a bit of extra depth, is I'm going to create a new solid. And my new solid is going to look a little bit like that. It doesn't really matter what color it is, we're just going to have a bit of a play with that. And it's going to be the comp size, so basically fill my screen. Okay, there I go. What I want to do with that comp, I'm just going to pop it in behind, and good to go. I'm going to create that as a 3D object as well. So beautiful. Alright, next thing I want to do is create the camera. Now, very simply, again through the layers palette, we're going to create a new, there she goes, there she is, new camera. That's the one, and we're going to create that camera. Now there's a whole bunch of different kind of cameras that you can use, and they'll go from everything sort of like a macro up to a sort of a long range or telephoto lens style thing. But for most purposes that we're going to do, we're going to, I'm just going to go with a 35. We want to enable the depth of field. Focal distance is regarding this area here, through here. And look, we'll get to some of this later. We're going to treat this at a very basic level today though. So I'm just going to say, okay, I haven't done too many changes, and I'm going to say, okay. Alright, one thing to keep in mind when working with a camera is we generally animate the camera, not the object. So if you've often seen movies where we have a big sweeping shot of the plains or the jungle or something, it's not the jungle that's moving, it's the camera that's moving in and out and giving us that sort of effect. So to see what's going on here, I'm going to come to our view options here. So I'm going to ask that I can see two views in the horizontal plane. Now I can check between the two options. I've got, this is my front, it's my active camera, and my view on the left is my top camera. So I can change that to front, of course. I can change that to custom views and so forth. So that might be a view that you kind of like. I'm going to go with the top in this instance, just so we can I can illustrate something here for you. So I'm looking from the top down on my objects, and here is my camera. By clicking on the camera, I can see that, just pop that down, I can see that my camera is positioned here. I'm going to click and drag that guy in, and I can see that I can get some really nice looking effects there. Now that would be kind of difficult to do without the camera, but that's basically a camera's trolleying in, getting right in close and coming out and away. So I'm just going to position it back a little bit like that. There's my camera. So what I'm going to do with both of these objects, I'm going to bring, perhaps we might bring this piece of text here, and I'm going to bring this via my arrow keys. I'm just going to bring him down. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring him forward in space. So I'm looking for the it's hard to find sometimes, so we're looking at that Z axis. There it is. I've brought that actually forward in space. That is forward in space. I've got my two other objects. I'm clicking and dragging. There's my background and there's my foreground. So now they're on, one's the front, or one's slightly behind, and one's a little bit back. So now with my camera activated, I can see that there's this depth now that I can pull that across there. You can see how they sort of look like their relief, or there is a bit of relief there, so I can position these in any way I like. And oops, go back to my comp, bring my piece a little bit forward like that, just positioning in any way you like, and I can create that lovely looking cinematic style animation. So you can see that things closer to you tend to move more than things far away. Now there it is, and of course that is an animatable thing, so I can check my position here. That will be like that. I'm going to advance my playhead a little bit like so, come in a little bit like so, perhaps come a little bit further down the timeline and pull back. So now I've animated the position of that camera, and I've got this lovely cinematic style movie credit, if you like. Okay, so that's not too bad. We're going to take that a little bit further in the next video, and I hope that was good for you. Thanks a lot now, and I'll see you in the next one.